Hi, I am here and it is day 7. I'm going to talk about the fear of going live. I have been going live on TikTok for about the last year, but I was extremely nervous going live for the first time. I think everybody is. So I'm going to give you a few tips on what helped me in the beginning and what helps me now. Even going live here on Facebook, it gives me a little bit of anxiety because it's a little bit different than TikTok. I know some of you guys in real life more. In TikTok, it's more of my sales, it's more of my customer base. I am talking about my business and selling, whereas here I'm opening up and more talking about my personal life, so it's a little bit more vulnerable. So in that sense, before I go live here, I take a few breaths. I try to give myself like a little pep talk, speak to myself like, all right, this is going to go good. I've got a positive energy, things like that. And I used to do that before I went live on TikTok as well. I used to write some notes on the side, selling jewelry. I used to do a 1/3, 1/3, 1/3 system. 1/3 of the time I wanted to be talking about myself, having my customers get to know me. With that also just letting them get to know me, engaging with them. 1/3 of the time definitely showing the jewelry. Hi Olivia, welcome in. So I could also be showing the jewelry while telling stories about myself or saying what happened during the day, just engaging with the customer base. And the other 1/3 of the time, not talking about myself. So 1, getting my customers to know about me. 2, showing the jewelry, and then 3, engaging, so learning about the customers, and with that, being genuinely interested, getting to know my community. I did a lot of icebreakers, so we played this or that, we would do trivia and things like that to just have people open up and communicate and talk and get to know each other. We still do it all the time. We do game days every Wednesday, which is super fun. It gets everybody chatting and laughing. So I also use, again, ChatGPT for everything. So if you're having trouble thinking about what to talk about when you're going live, again, you can use that ChatGPT to give you live topics for when you're going live. That can also help. Again, I would write down what I wanted to say, just little things that happened in the day, so I would be prepared, and that way if I got nervous or stuck, I could look over on my note card. I also tell yourself, if you are even in business, you own a business, you do sales, any type of running your own company. Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Gina. Leaders go live. So maybe you run a business and your face is not behind the business, or you only see your customers when they come into your shop. But if you have a business page or even a personal page on Facebook or any of the social media platforms, going live and showing the personal side of you is going to connect more with your customers. And leaders go live. They take that step. They get past the nerves. They brush away the fear that shows that you are a leader. So just another little takeaway to think about. Also, after a few lives, it does get easier. Like I said, I've been doing TikTok lives for over a year. I'd say after the first couple weeks, it felt pretty natural. I'll probably be doing a live sometime down the road on how to get pushed out on TikTok, and there are a lot of tips and tricks on that. And that's a whole different ball game, a whole different story. But I wanted to focus more today on just that fear of going live, and part of that is just taking that step, doing it, facing your fear. And on TikTok, what I used to do is I would have Derek come into the live with me. So having a friend, maybe letting them know what time you're going to be live, having them chat with you just to make it feel a little bit more comfortable. That always helped. Another thing, even here on Facebook, I can see I've got one person watching right now, Miss Gina. On TikTok, I mean, I've had, today on my TikTok, I had almost 1,000 viewers come into my room in 2 hours. I think I peaked at maybe around 40-something people at one time. But there were days in the beginning where it was just 1 or 2 viewers in the room. I would suggest you just never look at how many people are viewing. Pretend there's always some people in the room. There are people who ghost watch on TikTok. I'm not sure how Facebook works, but on TikTok, they can put a setting on where they can watch you where it's not going to show them as a viewer. So I try not to look at the views. I try to just pretend there's always some people in the room. If it goes from 1 to 0, I just act like there's people in the room. You don't want to be turning it off and on. You want to act like someone's always in the room. Just keep telling your story. Just keep going with whatever you were talking about. Because you can't change your energy at all. You have to keep that high energy up. That energy is what is going to attract people to you. So those are my tips for today. If you want some help, if you want a friend to come into your live, let me know. I'd love to hop into your live if you're nervous going live for the first time. I would love to come comment, view, help you out. If you're not sure how to do it, send me a DM. I would love to help you out and get you pushed out too. I will do a whole live on getting pushed out on TikTok. So hope everyone is having an amazing Tuesday. I will see you guys next time.